No balance. Go hardest on both. Should I post about the business or should I post about this Taco Bell? The answer is and.
What kind of content? Just like founder story?
And that you're pissed that the Heat got knocked out of the playoffs. And that your grandma was your hero. And that you fucking love burritos. Human shit and business. Do you know that I'm a New York Jets fan?
Yes.
Do you know that I like blueberries?
Yes.
Do you know that I like garage sailing?
Yep.
Do you know that I have a marketing company?
Yes, sir.
Do you know that I have VeeFriends?
Yep.
You following?
Yep.
My brother, everything.
Yep. I got you.
Everything.
What's the one strategy you recommend that we double, triple down going into 2026?
How much content are you putting out on LinkedIn a day? A week? A
Every
month?
day.
Don't
We
bullshit me.
post every day.
Show me.
So we have a full.
What's happening is you're doing way too much words and a couple of pictures and like this is Michael. Is this gonna excite anyone?
Probably not.
I believe what's happening here is classic, quote unquote, checking the box to post every day without. It's kind of like going to the gym but not doing the exercises well. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Totally.
So I want to get you to go. So here's where I want you to go. Even just seeing you on camera with me right now, I want you to post. What you're posting now is fine-ish, not my ideal, but I need you to post a video from you every day.
Okay. What's the strategy?
What the fuck is being talked about in your world? Like think about where you're placing what, like you're talking to people I know everything CMOs and marketers are worried about. Right? Because I talk to them every day. You guys are placing B2B executives every day. You know what's going on in the market. Like,
Yep. So in terms of like how long a video?
Ready? I'll make the video. What's up, everybody? I'll do it. What's up, everybody? It's Michael from Talent Tractions. All right, one of the things I'm seeing from everybody right now, especially in the B2B SaaS sector, is that people aren't as excited about what college you went to, but they're really looking for how many years you've had with AI at all. Even if you had a year of AI work, you're gonna get a huge advantage. So couple things, for the people out there looking for jobs, start taking these AI courses, start using them. And for recruiters out there, here are some of the places where you can find certifications that matter. Bro, I just did your post, I'm not even in your business.
How do you then attract the B2B exec, right? You're saying that they'll see those posts as well?
Bro, I just got offered a board seat to a publicly traded company off of one video I posted on LinkedIn. Now,
you're GaryVee.
Yeah, but I was fucking Gary in a liquor store making videos every day that nobody gave a fuck about too. It's content. You're exactly right. That's where I was hoping you would go. I'm GaryVee now because I fucking did what I'm telling you to do for 15 years every day. I've given away content for free that's valuable. I've put out good information to the universe, and in return, I've built reputation. Your videos are going to be based on how well you know it. It doesn't even have to be you. It could be people on your team. It could be you and somebody on your team. But we have to put out content that brings value. How are they going to see it? They all live on LinkedIn.
Yeah.
Right? Just like 14-year-old girls live on TikTok, executives live on LinkedIn. That's why I've been yelling about LinkedIn for 100 years. George from Providence, New Jersey. What's good, brother? George, do you go to Wine Library? You're very close at New Providence. I'm going to be very upset if you go to some bullshit store around you like Bottle King. You better fucking go to Wine Library. George, answer me. 39165, George. Yes, I do. Let's go, George.
Thanks so much, Gary.
You see where I'm going, brother? I want that content. Like, here's what's going on in the market. Here's what's going on in the market. Here's what's going on in the market. Here's why somebody loses their job after 6 months after we place them. They made this mistake. Here's why employees are bad at selecting employers are bad at picking employees. I've helped people do this. You know your shit. You're in your shit.
Hey, Gary, I've been selling full-time on Whatnot for almost 2 years now, and I've scaled close to 2 million in sales. I'm 22 years old.
Stop right there. She's 22 and has done 2 million in sales in the last 24 months, from 20 to 22. Live social shopping is a monster. Like straight up, even like this weekend, sign up for an account on Whatnot, sign up to sell, and like sit in your living room and sell random shit in your house. It's like eBay. It's free money, Dustin. Anyway, go ahead. Do
you think it's time to start other businesses, or should I keep focusing on Whatnot?
No, unless you hate it, but she's just starting. Like, no. Get that to 10 million, save money. The number one goal for anyone who's trying to live a life on their own means is to cut down their overhead, save money, so much so that you can attack your dream for a year and not worry about money, which means you kind of need 18 months worth of money because you attack it for a year. And then when you're like, fuck, I failed at my dream, let me get a job. You got to give yourself a couple minutes there to find a new job. So my number one goal for everyone is cut your overhead, meaning cut your expenses. Like, you don't need 4 streaming services. You don't need to buy $8 coffee. You could take public transportation instead of Ubers. You don't need 6 handbags. Maybe 2's good enough. You don't need to buy fucking collectibles, rips. Like, don't let anybody be buying these fucking VeeFriends collectibles, even though they're gonna go to the fucking moon because I'm gonna execute for 40 years. Don't let them buy it right now if they don't have money. I get upset, rips. I don't know if you've seen these tweets. Sometimes people are like, oh, I can't buy the comic book this week. I have to wait for my paycheck. I literally DM these motherfuckers. I'm like, do not buy the comic book. Even though I think the comic book, even though the comic book was a good buy, right? Even though it was 20 and you can sell for 50, I do encourage flip life. Like, what if it didn't do that? Like, we need people to understand the game. 18 months of savings against a low overhead, less expensive apartment. If you're 26 and you're living on your own apartment, move in with your roommate, with your best friend, and have a roommate and cut it in half. If you don't need Paramount Plus. If you don't have $100,000 in savings in your bank, it is inappropriate to have Prime, Hulu, ESPN Plus, YouTube TV. Like, what the fuck? Yes, that's where I'm going. By the way, you can have, I notice what I said. You can't have 6 services you're paying for. You can have 2. I'll let you have Netflix and one other. All right? You got it. So anyway, no, not move on. She's just gaining heat right now, but she's not as far, like, maybe, like, there's follow-up questions there because she might be talented enough. But anyway, yes, you do cold message. She's desperate. She has no clients. Everybody who's got a service business, you cut hair. You do consulting. You're a physical trainer. You make a video that looks like this. I will now make it for everyone. Give me a phone real quick. Hey everybody, I'm making this video because I just started this personal training business. Hey everybody, I'm making this video because I just started my own accounting firm and I'm looking for clients. Hey everybody, I'm finally going after my lifelong passion to start my own landscaping business. So you're getting this video because you're in my contacts on my phone. Some of you are my best friends since high school. Others, I probably met once and you're in my phone. I'm sending this to literally everybody from A to Z in my phone. I'm not asking you to hire me to do landscaping, but I'm asking if you know anyone who might be in the market for a landscaper. This is my one plea, my one ask as I start on this journey. And I hope my journey maybe even inspires some of you to finally jump and start your own thing. So I'm starting with Andrew Anderson and I'm editing with Zachary Zazaloff. Please, I apologize if we've only talked once and you find this to be spam. I will put the link to my social media and website if you like my landscaping business. And it means a lot to me if you even watched 30 seconds of this video because it is really my dream. Have the best day. Make that video, Cass, and literally text every single person. Grab your favorite beverage of choice, tea, wine, water, put on your favorite music, start at 2 p.m. on a Sunday afternoon, go into 9 p.m., get it done. You will have a business. All right, let's give away the Mindful Minakawa, one of the fucking most badass VeeFriends characters. The Mindful Minakawa Chrome card. Distractions. Soars above distractions, bringing wisdom and peace through thoughtful reflection and patience. The Mindful Minakawa's quote, rise above the chaos to find your clarity. This card is fucking awesome.
So I started like a clothing company a while back and I just focused heavy on posting a lot of content on the business, like going crazy, all different kind of content. And I kind of left my own personal account, kind of just haven't been posting. I want to bring it back into it because like, hey, as let's say the founder of the clothing brand, I feel like I could also,
yes,
people can promote,
yes.
Like they follow me.
And people connect to humans 100%.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. They connect way more with that personal connection. So I'm trying to see in a sense how to balance, let's say, that personal branding with my own account, with the business.
No balance. Go hard as fuck on both.
And from the let's say from the personal account, what kind of content? Just like founder story or like show
and that you're pissed that the Heat got knocked out of the playoffs, and that your grandma was your hero, and that you fucking love burritos.
All right.
Human shit and business shit.
All right.
Do you know, how long have you been following me?
At least, like, I don't know, since before 2020, I would say.
Okay. Do you know that I'm a New York Jets fan?
Yes.
Do you know that I like blueberries?
Yes. I remember I saw that in another video that you posted and you talked about that, actually, the blueberries.
Do you know that I like garage sailing?
Yep.
Do you know
Flipping and
that,
everything.
do you know that I have a marketing company?
Yes, sir.
Do you know that I have V-Friends?
Yep. I have cards I've collected too.
You following?
Yep. I got you.
Everything.
Got you. Just like
Everything.
whatever's personal to you, whatever you just like, don't even overthink it. Just like go for it in a sense.
My brother, everything. Do you understand?
Perfect. I appreciate. Yeah, no, and one thing is funny. What I noticed is that, like you said, sometimes the most like raw, unedited content performs like the best. The other day I was at this place. I did a random video. Compared to my average views, it got like 3x the views, and it was like the most random. Like, hey, what do you guys think of this random like location? And then everyone's like commenting it. So it's funny how that works.
Play, and. Play, and everything is and. When you're like when I'm not here with you and you're in your head in 3 weeks and you're like, should I post on my account or should I post up my personal or the thing? Or should I post about the business or should I post about this Taco Bell? The answer is and. But here's why, Pablo, it's good to do that. Because some people can't afford it. And some people need just the surface level. Other people need deeper fucking execution. Today was a post by the sign guy in Long Island. He did a free sign for my dad's store. I gave him consulting, way more valuable in return. His business has exploded. But he read Day Trading Attention and the deck and he didn't get it. He needed those extra 5 hours. If you're a plumber and you know that a third of your clients hire you for $500 to change a little thing that they could have changed if they went to YouTube and to Home Depot, if you make that content and say, don't hire me on this situation, go to this video. In fact, if that plumber made the video, instead of pointing them to a video, building brand, and said, go to this video that I made and go to Lowe's and spend $19 and this is how you do it. The level of trust that happens, that when that same family that didn't need the sink, but when their oldest son took a huge poop and exploded their bathroom and it fucking broke and they actually did need help, which plumber do you think they're gonna fucking call? It's called trust. The number one way to do business in the world is trust. I see Matt Garcia over your shoulder. Matt is a fucking real marketing executive. He's now been in VaynerX for a little while. He now leads the Sasha Group, which was a big promo for him when Marcus went to go run international. Matt is like, look at his slicked hair. He's a salesman. You know what I mean? He's a real fucking salesman. I promise you, if you go talk to him and ask him what's happened these 2 years, he'll say, it's stunning how our company is not as transactional as every agency I've ever worked for. Every agency I've ever worked for, if the person even walks in the building, we're selling. Gary's fucking making us do shit for people for free. Reputation, trust. It's doing the right thing. So, that's what I think. That's what I think, Pablo. I think, why do you tell people not to hire you? Because they end up hiring you when they actually need you. I don't want people hiring me when they don't need me. I don't need people doing that.
I want to start a catering business for offices in New York, but I have $0 and don't know how to get my foot in the door. How can I market myself?
She should go work for a company that does that and gain experience while making content of what she's learning. Got it? And do a whole content series called The Road to My Own Business, showing people every day what she learned on her job. Doing that for 3 years, saving her money, not spending too much, saving, and then starting her own business because she did 3 years of content. Intern Wattenberg can literally go home and be like, here's what I learned today. That's what she should do. When you have no money and you have no experience and you have no connections and you're not doing anything, what content are you going to put out? So many people, Pablo, that want to be something. I want to be a rapper. I want to be GaryVee. I want to be a sneaker store owner. So many people should literally take a job at a company or for someone they want to be, document every day what they've learned that day about it in their content for 2 to 3 years, and then they will become. But all you kids got confused and thought like you're all Mark Zuckerberg and you could just start a business and be a billionaire. I didn't do that. Fucking worked in the reason Wine Library exploded right off the bat, you know, people are like, wow, 22 to 27, you took it from 3 to 50 million. Wow, that's crazy. It wasn't that crazy if you realize that I worked in that fucking store every weekend and every summer vacation from 14 to 22. When I tell you I walked in day one, May 19th, 1998, first full day of work, I walked in like I'd been doing it, like I was 79 years old and knew everything, like a veteran. And too many kids are like, I'm gonna do this. On what? On who? The best content series right now, I'm in love with this advice. Go work for what you want to become, get home every night and make a video while you're cooking or decompressing or on the walk home or on the ride home or like after you take a shower in the bathroom video with clothes on preferably. Make a video about what you learned, because then there will be 3 to 4 years of what you've learned on the internet, which will give your customers confidence when you open your own shit in 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 years. Imagine if all of you did that. That's, you know, obviously you guys know I co-sign you and all that stuff, but you'd have your own leverage. By taking that video and connecting with every CMO of every Fortune 500 QSR company in the world on LinkedIn and then messaging them the video that you made and how you did it. Then going to ChatGPT and say, give me a list of 10 CMOs of Fortune 500 companies and their Instagram handles. And then when it gives you 10, say, and now 10 more, and now 10 more. Find the CMOs, the chief marketing officers of the biggest companies in the world, go to Instagram and DM them, because they don't get a lot of DMs there, and say, here's a video we made, and we would love to do it for you.
My question is related to my spouse and how, like, even since like 2021, 2022, when I was getting into NFTs and she's like, what are these, stupid
Yep.
pictures?
Yep.
Minted the fairy, and she's like, you sold half of your Apple stock to buy this picture. How
Fairy.
much is it worth? And I said, I
Mhm.
haven't sold it yet, so it doesn't matter how much it's, And
Yep.
then, I've been getting on Whatnot. I'm like 4 shows in. Absolutely love it. I have a full-time job I love, and I focus on that when I'm doing the job. But then I'm doing these shows, and she's like, "Why are you doing this?" It's because I love it, and I might actually build something out of it. I have a passion for it. I've been collecting since I was a kid. So my question is like,
Did your wife, you said wife, right? I want to make sure I
yeah,
heard that
yeah.
right. Did your wife grow up with very little?
Maybe like when she was until she was about 5 or 6, and then her parents like were entrepreneurs and they built a few businesses from the ground up. So she didn't have to for very long. But to be honest, like 6 years ago, her and I got out of massive debt. So we've been there before. You know what I mean? So I think
Got
she
it. So
probably
maybe,
doesn't want to
yeah,
go.
she's
Yeah.
gunshot. Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah. So I'm saying I'm gonna take this slow. I'm not in a hurry, but I like doing it. But I show her these cards. I say like, and I read some of these to her, and she's like, "Oh, okay, whatever." Show her these
Listen,
cards. These are just like little kid cards. Like.
yeah, I mean, look, that's what a lot of wives said about Pokemon in '96,
Yeah.
and now
Yeah.
when they sell for $30,000 at auction, wives
Exactly.
and husbands that shit on their wives and husbands, eat their fucking words. Now, that being said, your wife could end up being right. God forbid I could get sick and
Yeah.
die, and I won't have the next 30 years to build what I know I'm building with VeeFriends. What I love about the whatnot part is that's not relying on me. You're learning the skill
Yeah.
to sell
Exactly.
on here, so I love that. Look, if you have a Fearless Fairy Series 1 NFT,
No. Well, yeah, series 2. Yeah, I minted it.
Series
Yeah.
2, which is great.
Yeah.
So look, I think what you're kind of trying to express to your wife is you're trying to balance both responsibility along with trying to have happiness and joy in your life.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
And look, I'm empathetic to your wife. I don't think she doesn't get it.
Of
I don't
course.
think any of those things. I hope that you guys can continue to over communicate in a healthy way that allows her to understand your needs for this energy. And on the flip side, I hope that you are very conscious of not going too delusional on your dreams and hopes and needs, that you put yourself in a vulnerable place that's practical. For example, I think if you showed her the practical peacock and told her about the practical peacock, she might like the practical peacock.
She might.
You know,
She's a
and
very organized person. I keep on telling her, take the quiz. I have a theory. I think she's gonna get the ostrich, but I don't know.
look, the more you love it right now, if she's worried, the more she's gonna hate VeeFriends. You know what I mean? Kind of thing. That happens too. So you can't push it. It just comes natural. I like the tone and tenor of this convo. Look, brother, I'll tell you right now, just like I was 100% positive that if people went ham on TikTok in 17, 18, 19, it was going to pay dividends. I'm 100% positive that if people on here jump on Whatnot and start garage sailing or selling something sustainable on it, that it will work. So keep pushing the Whatnot thing for sure. I would just talk about practice. I would probably do this, brother. I would just do Q&A and ask people to ask me clouds and dirt questions, right? Psychology, mentality, emotional questions like my mom is ruining me, or, my brother's super successful and smart and I'm like barely staying in college here and I don't have the same talents or that kind of stuff. And then, or my dad is just got cancer. How do I deal with that? So emotional stuff. And then just tactical shit like, Gary, I want to get more views. I'm like, all right, here, let me show you now our team's work. Like, here's how, notice the copy I wrote here. Why did I write that? Or what's this tactic? Or here's what's going on Facebook. Do 1-second videos instead of pictures. So it would be, I'd probably call it clouds and dirt with Professor V, right? Clouds, macro psychology, dirt, tactical in the grind shit.
What is it that you do for your leadership so that they take your culture, your dream, your vision, and they put it into the company?
Love and accountability. So number one is love. The reason people deliver for me and my companies is because I deliver for them first. I truly believe in my soul that I work for everybody that works for me. I believe it to my soul. I know everybody in my office is motivated by different things. Some people care about a title, right? Zach over there in the corner doesn't give a fuck about a title. He's trying to put in the fucking hours to get the skills, build a close relationship with me, and then he'll decide what he does with that. Other people need money, right? Like something bad happened in their life and they're motivated by money right now, or not even something bad. They just are motivated by money. Allowed. Motivated by title. Allowed. Motivated by mentorship. Allowed. A mix of all three. Allowed. What I'm spending my time trying to figure out is who wants what and how do I deliver it? So Caitlin, first it's about what I can do for them. How am I delivering for them? That all of a sudden gets them into the same place that I am with the world. I am grateful and feel guilty on how my circumstances played out. Meaning I got lucky that I had the best mom in the world and that I grew up in shit. Growing up with little and having the best mom made me fundamentally unstoppable. So I have spent my life trying to give back to society through GaryVee and now through VeeFriends. When I do what I do for my employees, they go through a similar guilt and gratitude framework. They have unlimited buddies who hate their job. They go and try different shit and sit in a cubicle for 1 second. They're like, fuck this shit. I'm coming to family. They can taste it.
Yeah.
They can taste it. And then that motivates them to deliver on our North Star, right? And then accountability. When an employee doesn't do that for a sustained period of time, especially if they're senior, we have to give them candor that they're in trouble, and then they're fired. This is tough to say out loud, but we fired 2 very senior executives at VaynerMedia last week. Very senior.
Oh no, I'm sorry.
One ran an entire office. One was a number 2, and like gone. Just we were unable over years to get them into the right place, and it kills me. And by the way, I have to approve every firing. So literally, in my 2,500 person company at VaynerX, I have to approve every firing because I want to be the last line of defense in case my company gets political. So I feel very good about that. I feel like I've crossed every T and I. So, because I've always struggled with firing, that led to bad candor, that led to all my problems, lack of candor. So that's where we're at, sister. Love and accountability.
And how do you measure that, or how do you observe it in your leaders so that you're saying, okay, I can see you're doing it. I can see you're doing it. Like, what are the warning signs for you?
The warning signs?
Yeah, if they're not doing, like you said, you let 2 people go, unfortunately.
I have 7 people in HR that have been here for a decade. They're like sisters and brothers to me. I trust their intuition. We take feedback from people. We create a safe, lack of fear environment that a lot of people trust. So they'll go and talk about people's bad behaviors. We look at client feedback. We look at results. You know, businesses like sports. If someone's the head of clients and they've lost 3 of their last 4 clients, well, guess what happens? There's results to that.
Yeah.
Especially when I make them feel safe and say, hey, if you feel like you're losing a client, use me. Bring me in, I can help.
Yes.
So just real life family business vibes, you know? By realizing you don't have a fucking choice. Negativity is winless, Pablo. People in the chat that are spewing positivity, on their way to winning. People in the chat that are cynical cats and spewing negativity, currently losing, digging deeper holes of losing. The second you're against hope and happiness, you're fucked. And guess what? Nobody gives a fuck. I'm out here trying, but the negative energy out here, they're not my fucking children. I'm trying because I'm a good dude like that, because I got lucky, because I have a great mom. But if you don't, and you want to dig your heels in on like, fuck you, Gary, it's negative, the world sucks. Okay, knock yourself out. Like, knock your fucking self out. Negativity is lonely, y'all. Why do you think they like the internet so much? Oh, I know it's true. I'm fucking 49. I got great fucking hairs. This isn't day one for me. I'm not a fucking kid. I've watched it for 40 years of my life, and I was a fucking in tune, emotionally intelligent, superly emotionally charged, thoughtful, wisdom-oriented child. So I've been on this paying attention to fucking human beings kick for 40 fucking years. You want to be negative? I got good news for you. You're only dragging in people that are negative too. You better be a fucking positive porcupine, because being a cynical cat is a fucking lonely life. And no one's gonna give a fuck, because everybody that gave a fuck, your negativity is gonna chase them away. You're gonna end up lonely, so fuck you. How about that? How about a little punch in your face too? Clearly love isn't working for some of you. Clearly love is not working for some of you. Some of you that are cynical on me, clearly love's not working, so let's flip it up. How about fuck you? What the fuck are you gonna do about it?